Good evening, everyone, and happy Patrick's Day, St. Patrick's Day, or Paddy's Day, whatever you want to say. It's not Patty's Day, though. It's definitely Paddy's Day, not Patty's Day. If you don't believe me, come after me in the comments, and we can have it out there. But it's okay. So we've had a good day today. I'm going to take you over the trades in just a second. We only traded two tickers. It was choppy. It was up and down. It was difficult for a couple of hours, and then we had a change of strategy. We did something new. Well, it's not necessarily very new, but certainly something that I haven't been doing for a little while. And I'll go over that a little later. But we took two trades, so the first trade, I'll go over that now, and we can talk about it. So the first trade that we took was Kid Pick. So Kid Pick was gapping up, and it was PIK. It was gapping up basically on rumours or the announcement that they'd forged a partnership with Disney for the release of Cheaper by the Dozen on Disney Plus. So it was positive news, and we thought, okay, we'll get in with that. It tends to happen. So we looked at Pick, and this is Pick here. Pre-market, we got in. We started trading at pre-market. We were up, we were down, we were sideways. And to be quite honest, it was very choppy for us. And we finished pre-market, and it was I think we're about 115 in the hole. We were $15 up on the trade profit and loss, but about $115 net profit and loss. So we were kind of breaking even. We'll continue to watch it. There was what this one and one other that we were looking for. So this was the first one. So we watched the previous highs here, which were 375. So we came back, consolidated just above the VWAP. We can see that what was happening here is at the open, it dipped down to the VWAP, broke it, and then came back up. Came back up with more volume into the second minute of the market open. We jumped in here at 375 for the break of the pre-market highs. We took some profit there, and we took some more profit off here, and then we exited the position up at 427. We did try to get back in for the first candle. So we looked at this kind of almost like a bull flag, if you will. So the pulling back, we've got a little bit of consolidation. So we looked for the next candle to make a new high, which was here. And we jumped in there. It didn't break out. So we came back. We added to the position for the bounce on the whole dollar, so the whole dollar of $4. So we look for the bounce of the whole dollars. It didn't bounce, and this happens. You try to anticipate the market, and then the market gives you the middle finger and says "screw you," and that does happen from time to time. So we got out 10 cents down at 390, so 10 cents under the whole dollar. So that was kind of it with Pick. We finished. We were up about $2,000 before that last part of the trade, and then we finished. It was slightly down, so we finished. It was 865 was the profit that we got. Then we moved on to EIGR. Now we traded EIGR in two ways with this. We traded it long to start off with, and it was very choppy, very difficult. I'm going to zoom into the 5 minute to go over this, because we were trading it for quite some time. From the after we finished with Pick, we got into this one, and we looked at the break of pre-market highs again. We looked to get in, and we got in here at for the break of the high. This is what we wanted for. So the break of the session high was where we got in, and it completely reversed on us. We got good volume here, so we're looking for the break of the session high. So what we were then looking for is the bounce on the $0.50. So it came back down and then went back up again, and we thought, okay, well, the break of the $0.5 is a good place to actually add to the position. So we added to the position there at the break of the $0.5, and it didn't do as it was supposed to. So we exited there at 7.40, 10 cents down. And we could have waited for it to pull back to the VWAP and look for a VWAP bounce, but we didn't do that. So what we did is we waited for it to start moving back up again, and we got in here at 760s. We started taking profit, added again, take a bit more profit, and then we looked for the break of 820. We're still holding position. We looked for the break of 820. It didn't happen. We added to the position here for the break of 820. We added quite a large position there. It moved up, pulled straight back. So we added more down here. All in all, we got to about 11:30ish around here, and we exited and we were down considerably down, I would say, on the position. We were down about $4,000 at this stage. So this was here, and we decided, okay. We took a walk away. About 15 minutes later, we came back and had a look at it, and we thought, okay, well, let's have a look where we've gone wrong. We were up 5,000. We were down 5,000. We clawed that back. We got kind of $1,500 down. So clawed the big portion of that, 3,500 back, and then we give it back, and so we ended up kind of finished the stream 4,000, just over 4,000 down. So that wasn't a good start to the morning, but we've been trading for over 2 hours, 2.5 hours already since then. So I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna take a look at this range. It was ranging between kind of 790 and 820. It was a 30-cent, obvious range that it was ranging between. So I thought, okay, I'll go long there. As it comes down, as it breaks the whole dollar of 8, I'll go long again. And that's what I did. I got in there, and we took profits there at 820, just before 820, because it'd been continued to be rejected at 820. So we took profits there, and as it broke 820, we took a little bit more off, and then it came back down, and then we got stopped out. So then we were looking at, okay, got stopped out there. Let's look at where we can actually get back in. So we entered a small position. I think it was $5,000. It came back down to 790, which has been acting as very strong support, and we added to the position there for the move up towards 820. We got the move up to 820. We took profit. It was rejected again at 820, and that's when I said, okay, changing tack. We're seeing where it's not breaking that 820. If it breaks that 820, it's just basically breaking it briefly and then flushing back down again. So we're going to use that to our advantage. This is my logic behind it. We're going to use that to our advantage. We're going to change tack. We're going to short this. Every time it touches that 820 level, we're going to short it. So that's what we did. It went up. It went back up, and at 820, we entered a short position, and we entered a short position. It flushed down. We took some profits on the way back up. We added to the position again, and it then broke 820 up to 835s. We held the position here. We actually added to the position. So we've now got 25,000 shares in this now. So we've added to the position to a point where we've got a huge portion of our equity in this trade now. We've added our position to 25,000 shares. It then plunges below the VWAP, and I'm thinking, happy days, happy days. Comes all the way down to the 805 level, and that 805 level is where we start to take profits. We're off for kind of 10,000 shares there. And then another 5,000 down here at 803. So we're thinking, okay, we'll just, what we'll do is we'll ride this back up again. We'll go for a walk. We took off pretty much 20,000 in these three covering positions. We covered 20,000 shares. We're still in for 5,000 shares. Okay, I'm done now. It's probably going to fail. What I'm going to do is I'm put a stop loss at 8.16, which is now our average buy price. Put a stop loss at 8.16. If it goes back up to 8.16, that's fine. It'll stop out. And I took the dog for a walk. I thought, forget about it. I'll come back and I'll have a look. So we went away. Me and the dog went for a walk. We came back and it had stopped us out. So we came back and it was about 20-25 minutes later. So we're about here. And it's starting to move down with some velocity. So what I'm looking for here is the break of the VWAP. So I enter a position here, a short position here for the break of the VWAP, and it doesn't break. So on 10,000 shares here for the break of the VWAP. It pulls back. So I'm thinking, okay, well, 775. I'll give it 25 cents. I'll give it up to $8, and I added the position at 790. So now 20,000 shares in here at average of about 785, 783, I think it was. So then it consolidates, it bounces on the VWAP one more time, comes back up 790, and then comes all the way down here. And this is where we actually took a big portion of our profit down here in the 760s. And then basically said, okay, we've made a good trade there. We're still in for 10,000 shares. But what I'll do is I want this to remain bearish. I want it to remain in a downwards trend. And typically the VWAP is a good intraday indicator from a trend perspective. So if it remains underneath the VWAP, it's in a downwards trend. If it's above the VWAP, it's in an upwards trend. So my logic is, okay, that's my line in the sand on this trade. If it breaks the VWAP, that's when we're out. And funny enough, it moved up and it broke the VWAP, and we finished it. A bit of extra profit there for us, 10,000 shares out, and we finished after taking the short positions. 5,000 shares $5,000 to the good on the short. So all in all, we finished over $8,000 in profit on the day. Now, funnily enough, I could have held the position, but you can see I'm glad we got out when it broke the VWAP, because it continued to move upwards then into the open, and it's currently moving upwards. So if it's trending above the VWAP, it's an upwards trend. So we took the short position, took profits from a short position, and that worked out for us. So all in all, a good day. We thought that Paddy's Day was going to be red, but it's St. Patrick's Day. It can't be red on St. Patrick's Day. It has to be green. It's the law. The no leprechauns would have allowed us to finish the day red. So I'm glad we came back, took a couple of extra trades, and finished the day green, and a good green day as well. So we'll take that. It eats just a little bit more into the red that we created for ourselves at the beginning of the week, and that gives us one more trading day to hopefully potentially get flat on the week. And we're still in profit on the month, but we're still in a hole on the week. So we'll be back at it an hour before market opens tomorrow. So join me first thing an hour before the market opens, and we'll do it all over again. Thank you very much.